National Report Court is back in session. Today's case, 3 anti-smoking groups are now suing the U.S. government over claims the Food and Drug Administration has repeatedly delayed a plan to ban menthol cigarettes. A final ruling was expected last summer, but after 2 missed deadlines by the Biden administration, there's growing concern from advocates that the federal plan could be derailed by election year politics.
So we're taking up the case for National Report Court today with Eric Schwartz Wrike. He's a criminal defense attorney. Bruce Deval, also an attorney. So for the purposes of today's segment, Eric, please represent the anti-smoking groups that are suing. Bruce, if you could defend the U.S. government. Let's dive in. The lawsuit states, quote, because of defendants' inaction, tobacco companies have continued to use menthol cigarettes to target youth, women, and the black community, all to the detriment of public health. Given defendants' seeming inability to act on this issue without prompting from the court, the plaintiffs respectfully request this court's intervention yet again. Eric, please walk us through this case.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. So there's a lot to pack in here. First of all, wherever you feel about government regulation and the industry is being regulated by the government, there's a lot of that here, but the issue here is cancer. Having cancer, everyone knows smoking is dangerous. Everyone knows smoking can kill. The situation, though, here is menthol cigarettes, which a certain population seems to be addicted to. What this side wants to do, the plaintiff, is smoke out the tobacco industry, if you will, from marketing to a certain segment of the community, from using menthol, from stopping big tobacco, from putting out their stories, from blowing smoke, if you will, from what their arguments are as to why this should not be stopped, as to why this should not be regulated. So what's going on here is that this has been going on for 10 years. It's been in the works, and there's a delay. Is it politics? Is it political? What is the reason right now that the government, the FDA, is not doing anything? Are they waiting because it's an election year? Smoking is bad. This will save lives. If government is going to be regulated at all, here's where it should be regulated when it comes to saving lives.
Yeah, and it looks like there are protests. Obviously, we're showing some photos here. Menthol ban is the new stop and frisk. So there's clearly some in the community who feel like it's targeted, perhaps even to voters in the black community. And again, we know 2024 is a presidential election year. The black voting bloc is a major Democratic voting bloc. Not saying anything new here, but again, could that be as to why this has been so delayed? An FDA spokesperson saying the FDA remains committed to issuing the tobacco product standards for menthol in cigarettes and characterizing flavors in cigars as expeditiously as possible. These rules have been submitted to again, the Office of Management and Budget for review, which is the final step in the rulemaking process. As we've made clear, these product standards remain at the top of their priorities. So, Bruce, is it just all tied up here in government? Where's the Office of Management? Why aren't they acting now?
Well, Emma, you have it directly on point. This administration is solely and only about votes. Votes are driving foreign policy now with the support of Hamas, so they can make sure, hopefully, they think they can get Michigan. This is all about voters in the black community. The Biden administration does not want to pass a ban. The great majority of smokers that smoke menthol products are African Americans. That's a well-known fact. But this lawsuit, with all due respect to Eric, is dead in the water. It's not a real lawsuit. There's no standing, and it violates the non-reviewability doctrine. The judiciary cannot tell the executive how to do its job. These lawsuits are always stricken. There is no way this lawsuit has a snowball's chance in heck. This is not a real lawsuit. What is real, however, is the Biden administration's pandering, how they perceive this. I think they have made a significant tactical error. This helps the Trump campaign. President Trump can say, look, he's taking away your rights, but he's not going to take away your rights if it means that he doesn't, that this group doesn't vote for him. Do we want to live in an America where the government can say you can and cannot use this product or that product? Especially if this product or that product is primarily appealing to a select group of people. I think this is an absolutely outrageous idea. Now, smoking is not a constitutional right. All of those angry Dobbs versus Wade opponents will now realize, oh, wait a minute, this is a good idea to limit the fundamental constitutional rights, and smoking is not one of them, and I'm against smoking, so therefore. But of course, they'll never connect the dots.
Yeah.
But it is not. It is a constitutional issue on the separation of powers doctrine. This lawsuit will not last up until a motion to dismiss.
All right. Okay. So you say on technicalities here. We've also heard voices within the black community who say ban them now so more people can live and they don't get cancer.
Well,
because they won't
I
be
will
able to
say
purchase
this.
them.
Most of the civil rights leaders are against this ban.
Okay.
Ben Crump, Al Sharpton,
Yeah.
a great many people see this as another opportunity to target African Americans with law enforcement. It's going to be the black man's prohibition. It's not going to go very well. This is not a good idea.
All right, we're well over our time with the attorney's arguments. Great summary, both of you. Bruce and Eric, please stand by. Wanted to welcome in now former federal prosecutor Doug Burns. He's been listening in here in the background, going to play judge and jury for this case. Doug, where do you land on this one?
Well, there are multiple backstories. You know, first of all, the political one with the votes, and the lawyers explained it beautifully. But also, 10 years ago, all flavored cigarettes were banned. That was a lobbyist exception that was carved in there. But the suit is counterintuitive because the point is they're not suing to ban menthol cigarettes. They're suing to force the government to comply. And the government legally has the right to change their mind. So I do agree with the defense on this one.
Okay. All right. We'll see if anything happens between now and November 5th. Either way, attorneys, thanks for joining us today, Eric and Bruce and Doug. National Report Court is adjourned.